Hey folks, it's Matt once again coming at you with another review on this, well, Saturday, but you don't see it on Sunday probably, of a film that I saw and I'm pissed, but not at the movie. So, well, if not at the movie, what are you pissed about? I'm pissed that this film flopped. Remember my Dread review way back? Same shit! I'm pissed that Transformers 4, the same fucking movie 4 times, for one, it's going to make the biggest opening weekend of this year by $100 million. The same fucking movie 4 fucking times. Only this time it stars Marky Mark and his Funky Bunch. And I'll be honest, I like Shia LaBeouf. Even though he's being a dumbass nowadays in his real life, I like him more than Marky Mark. You liked him Pain and Gain. Yeah, because he played a dumb asshole. And it fits. Because it's perfect casting. But I don't like Marky Mark. I don't like his fucking Funky Bunch. I don't like the fucking stupid plot. That, oh yeah, the 3 films, Autobots have, all they've done is protect us. And, well, because Chicago was this, now the government is going to kill all, including Autobots. That stupid fucking plot. They'd be like, after Die Hard, the LAPD decided to hunt John McClane because he fucked up their building. Same fucking thing. Oh yeah, and those Dinobots that they always put in those fucking every goddamn advertisement. You know when they pop in the movie? At the 2.5 hour movie? At the 2 hour and 15 minute mark of a 2.5 hour movie. 4 fucking times. You have the Transformers, not the stars. You have stupid fucking humor. Fucking flags up the ass. More flags than the goddamn White House. Bullshit drama of humans when you want to see the fucking Autobot star in the movie 4 fucking times a day, the same 4 fucking things that people get fucking pissed about, and people still, if people enjoy them, that's fine. I don't want to go overboard. I'll be honest, to be fair, I've never seen a Transformers film in a theater. I'll be honest, Transformers 3 I didn't see in the theater. Well, but yeah, that was a film that it took like 4 times for me to try to review, because I was like, and then I'm like, fuck this, I don't like this movie. Because I was trying to justify, and fuck justifying these movies anymore. Now when good movies like this flop, like Dread flopped, and then what's it? Oh, we wanted Dread too. But I can't get mad at people because this the day and age we are. I'd have to blame myself too. Did I see every single fucking film in the theater that I liked? No. So I don't want to get. I'm not pissed at people. I'm pissed at the situation. I love seeing Dread in the theater. I loved this movie was great, and I liked the first trailer. But because I got burned on Godzilla, I was hesitant. Then my friend Mike said, "You gotta go see." People online said, "You gotta go see it. You gotta see this movie." So I saw this movie, and this movie was really good. I would say this is probably my favorite film of the year. I mean, I don't want to pimp it up too much, because when you pimp stuff up too much, it's definitely my top 3. And people who say I don't ever like anything, first off, I do tons of reviews of films I like. It's just not many people watch those reviews. But there's a lot of movies I like and I review, but more people watch the rants more than the reviews. Second off, I did a review nonstop this year, which I liked. I just did a first impressions of Captain America the Winter Soldier, which I really liked. I saw Brick Mansions, Paul Walker, I liked. Ninja 2 Shadow of a Tear didn't technically come out this year, but I saw that film. I really enjoyed it. Maybe I'll review one day down the road, but anytime soon. I have a lot of stuff. And I loved this film. There are no other films. The closest maybe Guardians of the Galaxy. Maybe. Who knows? We'll see. But there's no other fucking movies. I don't give a shit about 22 Jump Street. I really don't. But big hit. Ride On, Transformers were the same fucking movie, and I guarantee you that fucking Ninja Turtles film is going to be a big fucking hit, even though they look like shit and ass. Raphael is not allowed to do martial arts because he's got to be an Incredible Hulk fucking reject. I'm sorry, I'm ranting, and yet this is a movie I enjoy. That's how I roll. I'm pissed off. Like when I saw Dread in the theater, I'm like, why is this film fucking bombing? It pisses me off. Now, Tom Cruise films, I like Tom Cruise. I don't give a fuck about Scientology. I don't give a shit if he believes in it and doesn't. I don't give a fuck. I still think he's a good actor. I think he was a good actor in Born on the 4th of July. I think he did a good job in Jerry Maguire. I know people try to ask about every Tom Cruise film. I mean, I like Days of Thunder. I like Top Gun. Some of his early stuff, I haven't seen Risky Business and All the Right Moves yet. One day I will. Jack Reacher I thought was okay, but I didn't mind. I thought it was okay. Uh, Oblivion I liked. I liked this better, but I liked Oblivion. But I thought this was much better. I didn't mind War of the Worlds. Saw it in the theater. Minority Report, I did give that another shot. Mission Impossible films, I like the first and the third film. The second film, eh. The last one, Ghost Protocol, I thought was overrated. I don't know what the big deal with that film is. I don't care. Brad Bird directed it. I thought Jeremy Renner didn't have much to do. I thought the action scenes, the last action scene made me think of fucking Minority Report. There's a scene in the chasing in the dust storm. A little bit too CGI, but it was okay. There's okay, he jumped from one building to another. I mean, if I want to watch Jumpin', I'll watch Jumpin' and Cliffhanger and a bunch of other movies. I watched the scene John McClane doing the thing in Die Hard. I don't remember the villains. I don't remember much of what the plot was. I thought for all the hype it got, it didn't deliver for me. I like the first and the third film more of Mission Impossible. I even think the second film is better than Ghost Protocol. That's me. I'm alone in that. I think me and my friend Mike are the only ones who feel that way. That's fine. But Tom Cruise, I really enjoyed this film. I really enjoyed it. I thought the plot was very interesting. It moved at a fast enough pace for me. When the action scenes were there, they were pretty badass. I thought I loved the hardware they had. This film is funnier than I thought it'd be on purpose, and they don't really illustrate that in the trailers. I know one thing people say is that the marketing was bad, but I loved the first trailer. This is not the end. But they never used that fucking music at the end. But I liked the first trailer. I played it over and over again. And this is going to be a spoiler-filled review. Why not? I'm not pissed at people for not seeing it because that'd be two-faced of me to do. I'm guilty of that for stuff. I'm pissed at the situation. I'm pissed that Ride Along is a fucking hit. You saw that? Yeah, I saw that online. I'll be honest with you. Because I knew it'd suck. And I was curious and it sucked. If I saw Transformers 4, Age of Extinction, which sounds like a shitty album in the 80s, I'm not paying for it. Ninja Turtle movie. No, I'm watching that. If someone paid me $100, then I watch it. Other than that, I'm never watching that piece of shit. I watch this film again. This film on Blu-ray. Whatever. Which will probably be soon, because leaving the theater soon. But yeah, 8 minutes and I haven't even talked about the movie. I'm pissed at the situation. I'm not pissed at anyone. I'm pissed at the situation. I'm pissed at fucking shit like Transformers being hits. I'm not going to call anyone, oh, you're an idiot if you saw the movie. You're not an idiot if you saw the movie. For me, and my personal reflection, it's four of the same fucking movie. And the last one wasn't that good. And the other two I fell sort of out of love with. The one with the titty, turtle, fucking fugly, chud-looking motherfuckers. Do look like chuds. You look up chud. That's what they look like. You know what I'm talking about. 9 minutes. Haven't talked about the movie. Why? Okay. Tom Cruise. This is spoiler filled. Fuck it. Spoiler filled. Tom Cruise is this guy who, there's of course been the war out with the creatures and the aliens and stuff like that. These things that kind of remind me of the things in the Matrix. And what they do is, of course, Tom Cruise is the type of guy who, he's a guy on TV that tried to get you to join up, and he's talking proud, to be a soldier. But then the general, Brendan Gleeson, I believe is the actor's name, he says, you're going into battle. And he's trying to weasel his way out of it. Kind of remind me like like the early stuff, early scenes of Jerry Maguire, like that kind of Tom Cruise. Like he's trying to weasel his way out of it. Then he tries blackmailing the general. It's like, well, because he's trying to do that because he's putting him in the front line and he's never had any experience in combat, so he knows that if he goes in he's going to die, so he's trying to save his life. So I didn't think he was that much of an asshole. Like I know some people told me, I didn't think he was that much of a dick. It's just, he wants to live. And then he tries to blame, well, you have me tell people to join up and they're going to be putting body bags, and if they don't look for someone to blame, I'm going to shift it to you. So of course then he gets arrested and he gets put in this place to be on the beach. And you got Bill Paxton, and Bill Paxton, he was fun to watch. He didn't, I mean, it's PG-13, so it's not like he could cuss and stuff. But I swear, watching this, it's like he was trying to do like Apone from Aliens. I got a little bit of that. Like he's trying, like, because he was in Aliens and he saw what he did. Now it was his turn to be that type of character, and it was fun to see Bill Paxton play that. I think he's more better put to use here than Two Guns, which is another fucking movie with Mark Wahlberg. That film would have been good for me if it wasn't for fucking Mark Wahlberg. I just hate that guy. Not personally, I don't know the guy. I just tired of his ass. Matt's pain in my ass. Two Guns, he was the worst thing about that movie. You could have had anyone else, but you got his sorry ass. He got Oscar nomination for it being a movie for 5 minutes and cursing. I can do that. I can say fuck for 5 minutes. Give me the Oscar nomination. He didn't deserve it for The Departed. I could do that for 5 minutes too. But yeah, Bill Paxton's fun. He's like, no. He's like, Tom Cruise asks, you're an American? No, sir, I'm from Kentucky. And it shows how green he is at the beginning, because I love the hardware, and they get him hooked up to be dropped, and he doesn't even know how to turn the safety off. And he's trying to ask how you turn the safety off, but then they get hit and dropped into battle. And he's the whole time, like, people are dying around, he's trying to get it working. That's why he can't fire. And when he finally gets it fired, gets one, he laughs like oh wow, I did it. And there's this sort of bluish type creature, and he does this device, was kind of like a mine, and explosive, and he kills the creature, but then it covers his face. It's like pieces of his face is off. As much as you can get away with PG-13, and this gun gets into him, and he wakes up. And that's where you start the Groundhog's Day type of thing. Which I thought this was a very cool. The film got even more interesting when he got to that. And it's him like trying. Pretty much the rest of the film is him reliving this day over and over again. I love the way it was filmed, and it didn't get old. It didn't get tiring. Like he's able to save the girl. Emily Blunt is, I believe, her name, but I want to get it right. I don't know why. I think it's Emily Blunt. She did a really good job too. She was a likable character. Yeah, Emily Blunt. Based on novel, All You Need Is Kill, which that's a better title than Edge of Tomorrow. Although, I mean, I don't know. All You Need Is Kill. Maybe people will be confused. What the hell does that mean? But maybe they should have done that. It's like people got old of Tom Cruise. They don't like Tom Cruise, and it's like, well, another sci-fi film like last year, but I think this is better than Oblivion. I liked Oblivion. I think this is better, though. Went at a faster pace. More action than in Oblivion. But he even saves Emily Blunt, and she takes his battery. He's like, did you just take my battery? And then a creature comes and is like, holy fuck! It cuts away. That's what I mean. This film is funnier than no one knows. Because it didn't really do it too much in the trailers. Like, there's a moment where he's trying to... There's a vehicle coming, and he's, trying to... Okay. And he rolls, and he gets run over. And Bill Paxton comes up and is like, son, why do you go and do that? And then it cuts, and then he's back to trying it again. Or there's a moment where he's trying to save Emily Blunt. He's running, it's epic, and then the truck hits him. And then he's coming again, now he knows what not to do. Like people have said, it kind of makes him think of a video game. Like, this is a video game movie, literally. You know, where you saved a point, and you replay the level over and over again until you can memorize everything. Okay, don't go left, go right. You know, I just made it very interesting. I thought Tom Cruise played it well. I bought that this was a guy who wasn't sure what to do at first, and throughout the film became more confident. He became more of a soldier. There's one point he says, "Fuck this," because you can tell like this girl he's a little bit smitten with, at least as a friend, is dying over and over again. In one moment he says "fuck it" and just leaves and goes to London to have a drink. Or there's a moment where he just got the dead eyes and just doesn't give a fuck, and just goes toward to complete his mission. And that's what I liked, is that Tom Cruise just to do some good stuff. There's one thing I think they should have had him do, is just have a freak out moment. We just they do a little bit. They do a little bit. Like when he's training, there's a moment where he's punching this. But I think there should have been another moment, at least one more moment, where he's just yelling, screaming, raging, just being pissed off. That's the only thing I would add. But the rest of it I thought was really well done. Well, even a moment before that, it's like, listen, I know you think I'm crazy. And it's like you think it's going to go well, and then the next moment he's ready to be dropped and they put a duct tape on his mouth. That's what I mean. This film is not a comedy, but it's funnier than the advertising made it out to be, because there's a good sense of humor to it. But there's also some fun scenes of action as well. Like there's the moment where him and Emily Blunt just going hardcore, and she come at him with a sword, and uh, I'm not gonna say it's wall to wall action, but there's more action than say on Oblivion and Jack Reacher and stuff, and it went at a faster pace. And I'm sure Transformers 4 has more action, but this film has a bit of heart to it. It has, I could guarantee you, characters I don't give a fuck more about. Has a more interesting story. And when the action's there, I think it's pretty well done. I understood what was going on as much as I did. I mean, I'll say Battle Los Angeles is above it. I like Battle Los Angeles. I love Battle Los Angeles. I would put Battle Los Angeles above this movie. But this how I felt about Battle Los Angeles, how I felt about this. Even that was a film that didn't do the best. It's not like you got a sequel. It's not like you got anything else. Everyone talked shit about that movie. I mean, at least this film has some good reviews, but it didn't fucking matter because it fucking flopped. This is a better flop than Battle Los Angeles. So, Battle Los Angeles wasn't as quite a flop, but it got trashed by critics. Critics liked it, but it flopped really badly. So it's... So, but either one of them, I mean, they both got screwed in some way, shape, or form. But Transformers 4 don't make $100 million in an opening weekend, and I'm not seeing that movie. Well, you said you would. Well, I shame them. You can't judge it. Yeah, I can. I just did. You want me to see that bad? Me, pay me. Bribe me. So, I'd rather see movies like this, is what I'm getting at. Movies like this that are worth the shit. Worth the shit. And it flopped. And it sucks. It made me chuckle at times. It made me yeah at times. I thought Tom Cruise was really good. I liked Emily Blunt. When Bill Paxton is in the film, a decent portion. It's not like wall to wall Bill Paxton, but he's in a decent portion. And even like the humor, where some fun stuff where he's training, like he gets on that cool outfit. The outfit makes me think of Matrix Revolutions. It really does. I would say I like this film more than Matrix Revolutions. But when he's training and he's trying to think like, well, maybe is there a way to give this power to you? He's like, well, nothing will work. He's like, are you sure nothing will work? Have you tried, all the options? Usually he's like, you mean sex? And he's like, oh, you've tried, huh? How many times? That's what I mean by the humor, and like if he gets hurt, she says, uh, "Make sure you kill yourself." Just the way this it resets the day. The only way it resets the day is when he dies. But he's like, "Don't just be hurt," because she had the power before that resets the day, and she lost it because they put some blood into her, and that cancels it out. So if he got hurt, they put blood in him and cancel it out. So just better to die. So like during training, if he breaks his leg or like broke his back, he's like, I can't feel anything. I mean, I can feel my lips. Oh wait, and then shoots him. Repeat, like all. I can't count how many times she just shoots him just to reset the day because it's what needs to happen. But I mean, it's kind of some funny stuff I missed with it. I guarantee you, it's funnier than anything in some of these other movies that become hits. It's funnier than this is funnier than Ride Along. Ride Along's a fucking comedy. There's not a single laugh, and this is funnier, as well as a fun action movie and good cast. Everyone in the cast does well. Uh, hmm. And even the moment like this battlefield, like every time he's trying to talk her where to go, and anything he does, she dies. Uh, there's a moment where they get to this place and get into this vehicle, and this creature attacks the camper that's tied behind their vehicle, and time goes. Uh, even when you get to this farmhouse, and I like certain surprises too. I know I'm giving everything away, so you won't be surprised if you see this review. Uh, or everything else I mentioned. So I said spoiler filled. So if you want to see the film before I give more spoilers, or you should know that when I say spoiler, I'll put spoiler filled in the title. Spoiler filled. But I like that certain times you were not sure if this is the first time he did it or the 10th time he did it. This certain thing. Because there's a moment where he gets to you and you're like, you think this is the first time he made it, and it's like, no, this is the 10th or 20th or 50th time. And like, oh, so I like those little surprises. It kept me guessing on that level, and I liked that. And he's like, no, anytime if you get in that chopper, anytime, anyway, you're gonna die, no matter what. And yeah, cool scene where attacks and he shoots it, and he gets a fucking axe and just hammers on it. And that's where he gets sort of the dead eyes. And it's like, no matter what he does, he's not even going to try to save anybody because when this happens hundreds of times, it will affect you. Who knows how it will affect anyone. And it's like Groundhog's Day. How many times did he try to kill himself? How many times did he took a fucking groundhog hostage? I mean, and then he finds out the reason he's doing all this is because he got these visions of this one place, and he finds out that was a trap all along. So a lot of stuff he was doing, but now he knows that was a trap, so he knows where to go for real. And you just do a lot of fun stuff. Convincing Brendan Gleeson on what's going on. Uh, find. I'm trying to see how much of this do I really want to give away, even in a spoiler-filled review. Pretty much it gets to a point where him and her get hurt, but he can't kill himself, so they take his blood, and he's now. So the ending, you have something up for grabs because he can't just reset when he dies. So he has to get a team together, and they go into where it is, and it's like in Paris. And pretty much it's a do or die mission. And I love a moment where they have to get on this helicopter, this sort of flying machine. They can't really get up, but they skid through the water. And I love it. Like a soldier's on this like machine gun and he dies. So Tom Cruise gets in. It's like and the thing can actually go outside and above over the water. Just some of them get into the chopper thing. It's which was yeah, stuff like that. And when he gets there, he gets a shotgun, and he and the ending. It's weird. When I heard about the ending, I was confused, and I know why people would be confused. But then watching it, it didn't confuse me as much. But at the same time, if I can't try to explain it, which no wonder when I asked people, and it was hard for them to explain, but it didn't confuse them. Because when you deal with time, I mean, to me, it's probably Back to the Future was the one of the best ways of dealing with time in a way. Because even Time Cop, I love Time Cop to death, but it's like if I could tell you every single thing about how that time works, like okay, for example, Time Cop, I'm like, okay, well, wait a minute. At the beginning, Ron Silver was there. I'm guessing he's the one that blew up the house, but wouldn't he leave something to in case this guy's still alive, and he is still alive, but then he comes back. But if you listen to the history, wouldn't he go? Because he says, "Oh, no wonder your wife died." It's like, wouldn't he think of something like that? And so wouldn't he tell his, oh, wait a minute, his wife died and I have to go back. Maybe I'm the reason his wife died. So, yeah. I'm sure it's perfectly understandable, but just, wrapping my brain around. Because at the end, he's able to kill the Omegas, or the brain of it. And then he gets some of its blood, and he goes back a little bit further in time to before he's still a major at this point. He didn't have to try to weasel his way out. He didn't try to blackmail the general. None of that ever happened. So he lands and talk about, oh, this pulse. And they talk about before how, because the thing, like, for example, the thing Tom Cruise killed, the bluish thing that, how to explain it? The thing that Tom Cruise killed at the beginning that got him this power, you never saw that again when he was on the battlefield. So it's like when those things die, it's for good. And when those things die, the main brain knows it, so he resets. So that's why in the third act, when they see more of those blue things, they can't kill them, because if they kill them, the brain will know and reset, and they won't remember anything. So that's even more shit to deal with in the third act, where it's like, okay, these bluish things, we can't kill them, because otherwise it'll reset, so it's even more danger to our heroes. But it's like, I mean, people will ask, and that's what I was asking, well, wait a minute. If he goes back, how are they dead when if it's reset? But yeah, he has the power, and it's one of those things that's hard to explain. But at the same time, like when I watched it, it didn't bother me as much as when I heard about it. It doesn't work for everybody because some people are still confused, and but at the same time, I'm like, I understood it, so I don't care what anyone else thinks. That's me being the selfish, greedy side. And I don't want to depress him. I like this ending better than probably Oblivion. Oblivion was an ending, I'm like, this was. I like this ending better. I gotta disagree with my friend Mike. I like the last scene where he sees Emily Blunt, a place he's been at probably 100 times. Only he's of what has happened, and he knows she's not going to die today or tomorrow. And all he could do is you see like his eyes are almost going to tear up, and he just just laughs, and then it cuts to the end credits. Uh, Maybe some people feel it's a little bit too abrupt, but I was fine with it. I just really enjoyed this movie. I thought the cast did a great job. I thought Tom Cruise was really good. This is definitely the best Tom Cruise film I've seen in a while. Um, yeah, I like this more than Jack Reacher. I like this more than the Mission Impossible films, and I like this more than War of the Worlds or Minority Report or Oblivion. I thought it was really well done. I thought, when the action's there, it was fun to watch. I thought it was funnier than I thought it'd be. It gave me some chuckles. I even put it on my Amazon wish list when the Blu-ray comes out. I'd love to pick this up on Blu-ray when it comes out. And it's sad that a really good film. I mean, it's like what I was saying in Dread, and I'm not going to tell people to go watch it because I can't tell people what to do at the end of the day. That's an asshole of me. Sometimes I do that, and I should, but all I can say is I really enjoy the film, but hell, look at all these films back. Cobra didn't do great. At least not as well as they wanted. Leviathan fucking flopped. Hard Target made a little bit of money, but I guess not good enough for a worthy DVD. I mean, I look at all the films that I've loved, and a lot of them flopped. It's pretty sad, though. Oh, I love Match from Overdrive. You think that was a hit? Metro. Eddie Murphy, I enjoy that film. That film flopped. The Last Stand with Arnold, I liked. That film didn't do well at all. And it's just how it is. It is the way it is. But, you know, fucking Transformers 4 getting 100 million opening weekend alone. And would, yeah, sucks. Well, those are the projected. I mean, well, it made 90. It's still 90 million too much. I don't know. I like this film more than I'm ever going to like Transformers 4. I can guarantee it. If I was surprised, if I ever see that film, I'll admit it on camera like I've always done. I mean, what's the point of lying? Being honest is much easier and much quicker because you don't have to make shit up. But yeah, Edge of Tomorrow, this is sort of my rant on this film flopping, but also me talking about why I enjoy the film. Uh, Loved the movie. And I don't know what more I can say. I really, really enjoyed the film. So either way, thanks for watching. Take care. And we'll see you later. Bye-bye.